What a bully! Scott Arfield! He's been threatening that recently, and all the Burnley players run to the Darwin end.
Burnley win the next ball. It's Rory now. On the outside, decent.
Barnes! He got it! Ashley Barnes with it! What a cross from Rory! And there was Ashley Barnes! And Burnley leading the derby.
Knocks it quickly. Finds Benson in space at the byline. Can Burnley get a goal here? Back for Brownell. Saved by the keeper.
Burnley won it to the end! That is magnificent! They deserve that!
Only by Forfatella. Off for a hat-trick.
He's got it! Hat-trick for Nathan Teller! Oh, he's on fire at the minute! 3-0 Burnley! It's Nathan Teller's day, and Burnley are 3 up here. Fantastic derby!
Here's Benson. Can he go on the outside? Comes inside. Top shot.
Oh, what a goal! Manuel Benson once more! That is top class! Burnley have done it! Fantastic! Clarence deserve the championship title. They've been the best side throughout the campaign. Burnley have won the second tier. What a fantastic achievement. The players have been magnificent.
Hello everyone and welcome along to another live show here on the TurfCast podcast YouTube channel with me, Joe Redmond, Nathan Rogers and Neil Layfield. How are we doing, boys?
Yeah, mate.
Fantastic.
Happy days, happy days. So we are here to discuss, obviously, the new third shirt. We've done reaction videos for all the other shirts, so we might as well do one for the third one as well. And a lot of people are saying it's the best of the three. We'll get onto that and give our own opinions within the next half an hour, because that's how long we're expecting the show to be. It can't be too long, everybody, because I start work at 8, so we definitely will be wrapped up by then. But first things first, it's Neil's first show back since some big news. Congratulations, mate, become a dad for the first time.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Knackering.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. My sleeping pattern is all over the place. I don't know what day it is. I just know if it's light or dark outside. But yeah, it's great. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, happy days, mate. Great to see. Obviously, it's Tuesday at the minute, just so you know. It's around 7:15, thereabouts. But I do remember those days, mate.
Here she is. Look,
mate. Here she is.
Oh, what a legend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's a TurfCast first, isn't it, there? Straight away.
It's got to be on it.
That is definitely first newborn on TurfCast.
I'll get one of my dogs now, yeah?
Yeah, go get one of the dogs, yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to you and the missus,
Cheers,
mate.
bud.
Obviously.
Definitely, mate.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Tony straight away says, "Welcome back, Neil." I don't know if you saw the comment then, as you was being
I can't, mate.
I'm
I'm on my phone, so I can't see any
I
comments.
cannot see the comments.
No.
Don't
read that comment out.
So yeah, good to have you back, mate. And obviously,
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Good
Some people always say it gets easier, and it gets easier, but you don't get these wrinkles didn't exist, mate. These wrinkles didn't exist, but they all exist now. Nathan showed me a picture of him a few years ago the other day as well, and I couldn't believe how much younger he looked. We're only about 5 years old, I think.
Great.
Yeah,
I've already got the wrinkles. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have different things to worry about the older they get, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Daz Moggy says, "Congratulations, Neil, lad." Nathan Smith sounds, "Congratulations, Neil." Yeah, congratulations, mate. But anyway, more important things to talk about.
Yes.
The third kit. It's the
Bigger
third
news.
kit. Graham, just before I do move on quickly, because I know Graham watches every show, says, "Brilliant, congratulations. Best guess for a while." He's not wrong there. He's not wrong there, to be fair. Dan says, "Congratulations, Neil." Martin says, "Congratulations, Neil." We are 100% going to move on now, though, guys. Keep your congratulations coming in. I'm sure Neil will watch it back later. But the third shirt then, lads, let's just quickly get it up and give sort of like the words that the club used today to reveal the kit. So they said, Burnley Football Club are proud to present our Umbro third kit for the 2023-24 Premier League season. Inspired by the iconic floodlights at Turf Moor, the design celebrates a special feeling of a night of football under the light. I like that line, the second part of that line. But as Nathan said in the WhatsApp group, I won't take full credit for this, Nathan. I'm not sure how iconic them floodlights actually are. They've been around for about 5 years. It's a great word to use, but I'm not sure how much people are going to believe it.
Yeah.
The third kit will go on sale both online and in store 9 a.m. on Wednesday, the 2nd of August. So for those of you watching live, it's tomorrow morning. Obviously, if you're watching this at a later date, the 2nd of August. So the shirt is dark navy, a front body graphic and stylized crew neckline set off a rib undercuff with yellow roller cuff edge. Further detail includes a drop back hem, official licensed side seam label, and an embroidered diamond and woven applique club to the chest. Crest to the chest. A back of neck claret sign. Obviously, all three of them have got them now. Finishes off the shirt in an identical sign. It says that in the second part of the sentence. Shorts are going to be dark navy. Socks are dark navy as well. I won't go into too much detail there about that because obviously the shirt's one of the most important bit. But lads, I'll just leave it on there on screen for you. Everybody get your comments coming in. Obviously, I will read the best out and the worst out. So, get your comments coming in. I'll just do it in order of the screen. Nathan, your first impressions of that third shirt?
It's a bit of a banger, Yeah, when it first came out, it just caught us all off guard this morning, didn't it? Like, there were no hint of it whatsoever.
I genuinely had no idea it was coming out.
No idea.
Neil put something in group, and I genuinely thought, Neil, I thought, mate, you'll take it piss. I even went, bollocks. I'll have to have a look though, just in case. Did it with them? Oh, shit, I'll have to tweet it.
Yeah, well, email popped up because, like I said to you, I was refreshing Gmail and it was just there. So, yeah.
Yeah. And like, if you'd have said, if we'd have just been shown that shirt and they'd have said nothing about it, not done all this marketing stuff around it, then you'd have never known that were a link to the iconic Turf Moor floodlights. I mean, I like the idea. I like the sentiment. I like what it's trying to do. The dark navy, this nighttime vibe. It's the third kits. You're always going to be a bit risky, can't you? And you can always try something a bit different. And I like it. I like the little pop of yellow around the sleeves. I like the badge. And actually, the W88 logo actually looks all right on that shirt for once. It actually looks okay. So, it's a good one for me, that.
Yeah, that's what Turf Morehouse, he's in the chat. Obviously, Daniel knowing from the channel, if you watch the channel, he says, sexual vibes, and dare I say it, the sponsor makes it work well altogether. Paul Holt says, really like the third shirt. John Faulkner says, like the shade of blue, but floodlights. WTF. Research says, I like it, to be honest. Tony, I quite like it. Nice colour. Martin says, 10 out of 10. Company's Claret Ball says, it's a cracker. Even with the sponsor, it still looks good. But yeah, that's obviously what a few of you say. I think the sponsor looks better on this shirt than the other ones, but if they just made it the same shade of yellow as the one that's on the sleeve and on the crest, it'd look even better. I know sometimes sponsors are a little bit precious about their branding and stuff like that, so it might not be a club issue. That it might be a W88 sort of let's say, keep it the same shade because that's what we're known as. But I guess we'll never know. Neil, your first reactions on the shirt?
Oh, I think I described it as sexy dinner this morning. I loved it.
Yes,
I absolutely love it. I agree with Nathan. I'm not quite sure how you can get sentimental to a bunch of light bulbs. I think if they'd done some sort of sentiment, they might have done it about the long side, like you were just saying, or the old be all or something like that. Just do something. There's more iconic stuff at the ground than the floodlights. But I get the idea behind it and I like it. And it's good that it's not plain. It's got a bit of a pattern behind it because I think we all got a bit spoilt last year with last year's kits and they weren't just plain. And I think it's been a mixed bag, hasn't it, this year for the two that have come out? And I think this one is probably more what people were sort of expecting for me. I love it. And the sponsor does look good. I think it's probably because there's yellow in the shirt, so it sort of just blends in. Yeah. It doesn't stand out. It just looks like it belongs.
Yeah, interesting. Comment here from Company's Claret Ball. This is an interesting sort of like little side thing. He says, with the floodlight theme, I reckon we will be wearing it for a few night matches. Now, I tried to tell Sam about this on one of the shows recently. I think when we were discussing the yellow kit, obviously, because that's the exact opposite. It's bright yellow and stands out, doesn't it? Whereas this one, I remember in the 90s, Neil, you might remember this, but Fergie and Man United were wearing like a grey kit and they were playing in a night game. Yeah. And the players were complaining, saying they couldn't blend out the players from the background because the background were dark and it was a night game. So potentially that could be the theme because it does say in it, like, to try and sort of like emulate a night match at Turf Moor. But it could be an interesting thing that we might not stand out as much in it.
Yeah.
Have they released a picture of the full kit, by the way? Or is it just
no,
the shirt?
They haven't yet, no.
They've told us, I'll quickly get it back on screen. They have told us that we've gone too far. The shorts are going to be dark navy and the socks are going to be dark navy. The socks will include left and right cotton footbeds with instep cool technology, whatever that means. The shorts have an elasticated waistband. I should believe hope so. Contrasted coloured roll hem edge. So maybe a bit of sort of like the outline thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I know I got a bit of stick for saying I liked the away shirt, and somebody saw me at the leisure box today who started chatting to me about Burnley and stuff, and he said, I'm not very keen on that third shirt, and I originally said, I think I like the yellow one better than this one, but having looked at this one a bit more now, I'm not sure, and I do remember saying earlier, we'll get into the 3 kits in a second, I do remember saying earlier to you guys, I quite like the home kit now, because I've seen it, obviously I'm wearing it at the minute, only came yesterday. So I now think my favourite shirt out of the 3, Nathan, I'll come to you next on this one and everybody get your comments in. Yeah. I think my favourite shirt out of the 3 is currently the home one. And then it's an even split for the next 2. But I know I'm going to be on my own on that yellow one, because I know a lot of people dislike that yellow one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm, I said my views earlier on in chat, didn't I, that the home shirt is a classic. It's one for the ages, I think. I think we'll appreciate this shirt in a few years' time. I think we'll look back at it and go, yeah, that were a decent kit. That were a nice looking kit. And then this new one that's come out, I love it. I love navy blue kits. I think it looks nice. The yellow's a bit different, but yeah, that yellow one can just get in bin from me. That's my least favourite. It just doesn't make sense. I just don't think it makes sense at all. The design of it all, the colours, I don't know. It just doesn't feel Burnley at all. And I know navy blue doesn't, but the third kit's allowed to be a bit out there, innit? It's not. Yeah. It don't have to be Burnley, does it? The third kit, but I think your away kit has to be. I mean, saying that, I'm sat in a 90s shirt that literally.
That's what I'm going to say. We've had quite a few yellows in the past, though, haven't we? We've had quite a few yellows in the only thing that ruins that yellow one, I think, for me, is the black line, the blackness of that claret. If that claret strip was full claret, it'd be my favourite, I think, easily. But I'm not sure. I still have. I say the same thing I say on all the kit release videos. Let me see them in person first, because I thought this one were a bit average, and I like it now.
This one, I think this will look class on the pitch. I think it'll look really good. It'll the design will pop out a little bit, and like the little yellow pop on the badge and stuff. I think it will really stand out well on the pitch and look really good. So hopefully we get a few good results, and hopefully we get to see it, because we've had a few third shirts that we've hardly worn. So. Hopefully we can actually see us in it for a change.
I remember a few years ago, I think it was the green one, when they did that tree planting thing. They didn't bring that many out. I don't know if they said it were limited edition on that one, but they don't bring as many out sometimes in the third shirt. So no. I think last season as well, I never managed to get my little boy the black one. And when I went in like November, December to get it, and I said, "Oh, when you're getting some new ones in?" He said, "Oh, I'm not really sure we are yet, mate." So. Be interested to see. I might get the third one first to make sure I get it out of the next 2.
Yeah.
But Neil, your opinions on the kits, like in order of the 3 that we've got?
Yeah, so I was just saying to you, I've waited to see all 3 of them, because I've been a bit underwhelmed by all of them. I don't get to see them in person. I just have to buy them and go off what you guys say. But the more I see the home kit, and obviously I've seen it in action on the pitch, that one is great. And on you, it's growing on me quite a lot, to be fair. So I probably am going to go for that one. But initially, I was like, I think I'll get the third kit. But if you're going to get a shirt, especially up here, I've got to get the claret blue one. I can't.
You've got to. You can't not get the claret blue one for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So for that. But the yellow one's just awful. I loved it at first, and then I went through a mixed bag of emotions. Then Nathan told me to give me a wobble, so I did, and I saw the right.
Yeah, basically Nathan bullied the opinion out of you.
Yeah. I'm
just passionate about that away kit. That's all.
Yeah. That actually, the one you're wearing is actually one of my favourite ever kits. I love that kit.
Yeah.
It was one of my first ones I bought. Actually, that one. I loved it.
Yeah. I've done all right with these. I've inherited a few and picked up a lot of cheapos on eBay and stuff.
Yeah. So it's home kit probably. But the home kit, it works as a full kit, and I know that I'm never going to buy a full kit because I'm a grown man. But like as a full kit, it looks smart, I think.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You put yourself on mute, Joe.
Oh no, it's like a work call this.
Oh, right, I know. So we'll have to just carry on the conversation while Joe sorts his microphone out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's still talking.
He's still talking on a screen.
He's still talking.
So yeah, I don't know what's happened. But yeah, what were we saying? Where were we picking up from?
Adidas kit,
Great television.
home
Yeah,
kit.
Adidas
I
kit.
said the home kit looks good as a full
Yes,
bit.
it does. Yeah, I agree. It
Yeah.
is important that innit? It's got to look decent, and I'm still wishing that they did white shorts on the home kit, but we might see that down the line when we play like Aston Villa or no,
Yeah,
Aston
we
Villa,
might,
if they
because
play
last year we
when
had
they're playing claret shorts or whatever, it might be too similar.
because last year we had blue, didn't we? Is it like a chain short?
Yeah.
So
I can't remember the colours, but sometimes we alternate between the two. Sometimes,
yeah, so we'll probably do that. But no,
yeah.
I'd like to see the third kit as a full piece, because obviously we've seen the others.
Yeah, I think
and like I say,
this
hopefully
summer as well. I think this summer though, I think they'll always sell well, won't they? Because it's just that there's a good positivity in there. There's not much. You could probably put quite a lot of stuff out there, and it'd still sell quite well, wouldn't it? So
yeah, I think that's what we've got to look at with these kits.
Hello?
I think is back.
Here he is.
With these kits. I think the reason that they've maybe had a mixed reaction is that last seasons are just wrapped up in that whole nostalgia of last season, aren't they? So everything about last season we look back on and we just think was amazing. So we're always going to think that about those kits, and they were amazing. Don't get me wrong, but so every kit since then is just going to be compared to that time and that feeling and that nostalgia. So it's going to be hard for any kit really to live up to that.
Yeah. Well, we can hear you now, Joe. I think you've made a few.
Yeah, sorry. It just come up in the things. No. I was chatting. You're on mute, and I looked down. I went, I'm not, and I probably looked angry. And then it come up in the thing saying we've lost connection to your microphone. I'm like, I don't understand. So then
you did look angry. I thought we were all going to get sacked. You did look angry.
Yeah. Honestly, you might do just yet. Just see how the feel is. But I don't know what you were chatting about then. But I think the vibe was comparing them to last season's kits.
Yeah, so I said last season's is wrapped up in a whole nostalgia, isn't it? A feel-good nostalgia. So it's tricky for this kit to be anywhere near that level.
But it wasn't at the beginning. That there was nothing attached to that kit when it first came out. So I do remember the home kit being pretty hit and miss with people. A lot of people, not a lot of people hated it, but I think there was a majority was like, it's all right. And then a lot of people like, oh my god, I love it. But there was never an out-and-out split like it. And then as the more we played in it, and the better you just get attached to it. So we might look back on these kits. I might look back on that away kit because we've beat, I don't know, we end up beating United at their gaff like 3-0 or something stuff like that. It's all relative in it. So that's the best thing with kits in it. You've got to make history in them to make them worthwhile. Like some bad kits become cult classics because of the story linked to them, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's like that blue one from when we won at Old Trafford and Jay scored. And, I weren't that keen on that, but it's iconic for that reason.
Yeah. Well, it's like that silver one as well we did not so long ago. Like
tinfoil one.
That was genuinely a bad shirt, but now it's like synonymous of being a bad shirt. So it's sort of like it's got that cult following behind it. And same with the old green and black one as well.
Joe loves that tinfoil one as well.
Yeah.
I do like that tinfoil one. Yeah, I do like it. I've only got a small men. I've only got it in a small men's though, so I can't ever wear it because I do look like I'm literally a turkey wrapped in tinfoil waiting for Christmas. I've not been able to fit in a small since I'm about 17. So them days are gone. But I've got it. I like it. But yeah, sorry. Again, I lost connection, so I'm using my AirPods now. So I apologise if the sound quality is a bit shit. But we need to get that sorted. Because we've got some big interviews coming up. We won't tell you who on TurfCast. We've got some big interviews coming up. So that needs to be sorted. It really does, Joe. But yeah, again, I don't know what you're just chatting about, but I presume it's sort of like more about the kit.
We were just talking iconic on results and stuff like
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them, innit? Like you said, I presume probably what you both already said. Say, like if Burnley go and dink Liverpool at Anfield in that yellow kit, like we did last time in the yellow kit, everyone will be like, oh, it's class, that kit, because they'll see pictures of, I don't know, Zeki Amdouni wheeling away with Klopp fuming in the background. So, yeah. And I know a lot of people have given this season's era a comment from the True Red, who isn't a Burnley fan, but, is involved in a lot of Burnley streams on my channel and Dan's. Probably Nathan's at some point as well, back at day when Nathan was flying solo. I quite like, if you put the three kits and just put them together, I don't mind them. I think they're okay. No. But you'll very rarely see me pick out three Burnley kits and go, they're all shit then. Very rarely.
My beef with it is more that Umbro have been like dishing out bangers to other clubs Like, they have been like really serving some amazing kits out.
Is it West Ham's away? It's all white.
Oh yeah, that West Ham one's nice, and like the Hearts one is just unbelievable. That is I believe that's like doing amazingly well just by kit collectors alone. Like oddly enough, Hearts fans get their hands on the shit. Yeah,
I do not like that Hearts one. I don't.
Why?
Like it.
It is a classic.
I don't like it. It's too plain for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just maybe it's because I'm a father of a toddler. Obviously, to be fair, so are you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Neil, you've got all this to come, mate.
Yeah.
The first thing I looked at when I thought that, I went, "That's going to get dirty."
Well, yeah.
I'll have a coffee and I'll spill a little bit, and it's done forever.
Yeah. I look at kits and like I find them as a collector's item, but I like to keep them like. I got it from my granddad because he does it. He buys all the kits and then he put them in a little polythene bag and then he puts them away. Then he don't wear them again. He just puts them away. He don't bring them back out. So like, my granddad's. I've been fortunate. He gave me a load of all of his old shirts. So I've got like pretty much every shirt from like the 80s all the way through to like now, pretty much off him, and they're all like mint condition. So I always look at shirts as like they're like trying to associate them to memories, like what we were just talking about, like shirts to memories. And I think these ones, as a 3 of kits, I think they do look all right. Even though I don't like that yellow one at all, but I like there's stark differences. Each kit's unique to an extent. It's not just 3 templates in a different alternate colour. You know what I mean? Like we've had in the past.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to bring in the Ipswich shirt because obviously it's the same company, Umbro. Look at it; it's exactly the same as ours, even to the point where you see them things. That's the thing that annoys me about this one. As much as I've just raved about it and said it's my favourite one, I do look at that and I think it's literally just an Ipswich shirt in a different colour. And that's the thing that's annoying me about Umbro this season. I do like the shirts, but we have literally just got an Umbro template. And Harry does say there in the comments, I'm not sure how it works. Would Umbro make one design and we have to use it? Or do we get multiple to choose from? I think it depends. Last year, we obviously didn't have a template. Last year, it was just specifically made for us. I didn't see anyone with that. And obviously, it was a nod back to the 1992 shirt, whatever year it was. We all know which shirt I mean. Whereas this one, it is literally just, the one that I'm wearing is just that Ipswich shirt, but in claret and blue and a different badge on it. That's the thing that annoys me about this year's Umbro tops, if I'm honest.
And if we thought our sponsor was bad, Jesus Christ.
Not a fan of Ed Sheeran?
No, well, it's all right to be fair, but it's just horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah, what would Burnley's musical sponsor
walking around with a calculator?
Chumbawamba,
wasn't it?
Chumbawamba,
yeah, Chumbawamba up front.
Hey, that was a great song, that. You know which one I mean? I can't even remember how it goes now. The one about
getting up and getting back down.
It's a whiskey drink. I think it's a lager drink. Yeah, that one. Research says Castore next season, please. Love Castore. Obviously, they are the rumours.
Mate, them, because obviously I'm in the northeast. Their rep up here is horrendous. Like with the Newcastle
shirts. Is it Watford shirt quality or something? Or?
Quality. The people will be getting the shirts without a badge on. People have been ordering a shirt and it's not turned up.
Costing is ridiculous as well.
Apparently they're horrendous.
Yeah. I think we've still got one more year, haven't we now? Or is it come to an end this season?
I was under the impression that we have another year, but we can break off it at this point if we wanted to.
I imagine if we stay in the Premier League and popularity goes through the roof overseas, i.e. America, I think we'll end up with another brand. I really do.
New Balance to be American brand, won't it? Nike or New
Balance. New Balance is a one. I don't think we'll get Nike. I don't think we'll get Adidas. I think we might get Adidas, but we'll be way down the pecking order. We won't get like a bespoke job like the big boys do. 'Cause that's how it works in football kits. You have a bespoke set of kits, and then you just end up with like next level templates, and then next level templates below that, and you just Yeah, I'd back what you say. I'd like to see us with Hummel, to be honest with you. I think they're doing an amazing
100%. Hummel are the best.
Hummel make
an amazing job, yeah.
Hummel do not miss. No. I love Hummel kits.
Whatever happened to the Coq Sportif? Bring them back. Bring them boys back.
They just focus on tennis now, don't they?
Yeah.
They might as well get
Pony kits. Pony kits were the best. I had the Harchester United shirt from Dream Team, and it were a pony kit.
Oh God!
It were amazing.
I never watched it. I know we're going off on a side track here at the minute. There's only so much you can say about a fucking shirt. But has anyone watched that Ted Lasso yet?
Yeah. Very good.
Have you both watched it? I've got Apple TV.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually bothered yet. Fuck it, because I saw that shirt of that team in Ted Lasso for sale on eBay somewhere. I went, oh, do people actually still do that? Because I remember people having Harchester United shirts. But yeah, that might be the thing to do.
I'm gonna be controversial here. I don't think it's as good as it's made out to be. I really don't.
No.
I
think it's good. It's good. It's a good watch. Yeah. It's an easy watch for me. It's an easy watch.
The first series, I don't think it's all that.
Yeah. No. But the first series was good. The second series was alright, but then it's like got bought by Apple and it's got Nike all over it. Everyone's using an iPhone. It's all very product placement-y. And the Premier League got involved more, didn't they? So it just became a bit more like all of a sudden you watch an episode and you're like, is that Mike Dean? Why the fuck's Mike Dean in the episode?
Did they play Burnley in an episode once? I seem to see on Twitter or something.
Briefly,
very briefly, yeah.
Did they beat us? Who won?
We got a scorpion kick against us in the last minute. Yeah. We lost to them. So
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm not watching.
That's what did it for Dash last.
Probably why I don't like it.
Yeah,
I think that's what.
Harry says it's cheesy, but it's all right. That's all American stuff.
That's basically it. That would be my summary as well. Probably that.
Yeah.
It's all right. Shove it on in the background while you do other stuff.
Fair enough. Harry says, I think we lost 4-0. But unless there's anything else.
JJ,
go on.
JJ Watt, quickly, I know you know your American sports, don't you? But he's dishing out Burnley shirts like,
mate,
God knows
some
what.
massive names of
massive names. Yeah. Like you've got
and if you want to send me one,
presenters. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
you've got TV presenters, you've got running backs. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll see him put a tweet up and I'm like, who's this guy that he's give a shirt to? Click on it, he's got like 4 million followers, not fair enough. I'm there buzzing that TurfCast got to 10,000. This guy's got 4 million, I have no idea who he is.
I can't remember what broadcaster he works for, but he's given everybody in that broadcaster a shirt.
And it's not, like I said, the news has come out on it that it's NBC, the Premier League team, are actually going to be broadcasting live from the ground, aren't they, on the opening game of the season?
I have seen that. Yeah, I have seen that.
Whether they do that for most opening games, I don't know, but I've never seen us on an opening game.
Can we make sure this time that we put them, because they'll put them in front of the James Hargreaves stand with the Bob Lord in the background. It makes it look shite. Stick them the other way. Stick them where the Bob Lord, stick them in the middle of the Bob Lord and the cricket field end with the two big stands. Alan, if you're watching, the two big stands in the background. It makes it look better. It makes it look so much better.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. Like JJ's doing bits in it. We're seeing the JJ effect, aren't we? He's grafting, he's dishing out shirts, he's talking on podcasts and all that stuff.
We'll try
speaking
of
him,
TurfCast.
Speaking of him dishing out shirts, did you see that Instagram story he had a couple of weeks ago? And he had like what looked like a merch page up of t-shirts. He's got to have a range coming out soon.
Well, surely a range of hats, because he's got a different hat on every time that are for sale in the club shop.
Yeah. Oh, he's got more hats than a Western film, hasn't he, that lad?
Yes, that's what you put on the thing on the turf.
I don't recycle it. I'll get it most out of that one.
Hey, mate, I do it all the time. I see stuff that other pages use and nick them off. That Burnley Monday out, even nicking stuff all the time. But just quickly, one more question before we go. Research says, what do we think of the Aaron Ramsey link? You know what? Nixon gets a lot of stick, and I'm not sure why, because he's okay with English clubs, especially Burnley. He gets a lot of stuff right. If the rumours are true that we're bidding £10 million for him, I can't see us getting him. I think that's another one. Test the water, see what they say, because he's got a big future ahead of him as Ramsey. He was in my dream team last season. Got me a lot of points. What about Jacob? I can't remember. But one of them got me a lot of points. Yeah. But it'd be a very good signing, Nathan, I think, if we bring him in, but not for 10 million.
Maybe 10 mil's a bit short, but to be fair, they're doing bits of Villa this summer. They have signed some players, haven't they? They are like really having a push, aren't they? So, that Ramsey might be actually looking at it and going, I've not got really a position, going forward for the next bit of the season. So it might just be worth throwing a cheeky bid in and get the player, I don't know, not riled up.
I think it's more likely a loan.
I'd say so.
Yeah, 10 million is far too low. Villa aren't mugs. They'll not sign for 10 million.
Yeah, well, research does go on to say Nixon has said he thinks it will get accepted. Because in fairness, in the post, it does say 10 million plus. So I'm presuming it's like add-ons as well. So maybe the add-ons are quite generous. For example, if he plays 50 games for Burnley, you get another 10 million or whatever. I'm not sure.
He might do what I do on Football Manager all the time. I offer an initial 2.5 and then I offer 50 million staggered over 5 seasons.
and then leave after 2 years.
And then leave, yeah.
Fair enough. Another one as well, that Dutch left back as well, that came out today. That was some random Dutch account, but the Dutch account is quite good and followed by Fabrizio Romano. So that tells me all I need to know.
The foreign journals don't tend to miss, do they? Because they have such good access with players. Like in Europe, they have a different relationship with players and journals, don't they? They seem to get access where our journals can't. So every link that usually comes out tends to be pretty solid, but it's a lot of money that in it, 20 million euros.
Yeah, I think a lot of the local ones are worried about upsetting the club because they have to go week in, week out to press conferences, games. Yeah. Sasha don't give a shit if Burnley don't like him. So I think that's why off at time. I do think off at time, Andy, for example, like he'll say something to me like off air or something, off the record, and he'll tell me something like, well, I can't post it because the club won't allow it. And then 3 days later, Sasha posted it, and I was like, bloody hell, Sasha, get him. I don't get me wrong, Sasha's clearly very good at his job. But I do sometimes feel like the local lads get a little bit of unnecessary stick, but it's not their fault, it's the club's.
Yeah.
Ian Pilkington says, I'm in Ottawa, Canada. Apologies, Ian, if that sounded nothing like you. It says, I've just got my home shirt today, and I'm also wearing an Inter Miami shirt. So there you go. All in these now is that 1996, 1995, whatever it is, yellow Adidas shirt that Nathan's wearing, and then he's got a full house.
Love that. Yeah, international tonight.
International. We are international. But if you have just joined the show, because we have gone off about 15, 20 viewers in the last 10 minutes, we are going to end it here. I am starting work in 10 minutes. Thankfully, I'm working here, sat in this very seat, but I've not set the computer up yet, so that is going to take me about 5-10 minutes. So I'm going to have to wrap it up now. But as usual, the show will stay on the YouTube channel for you to watch it at your leisure. As soon as I end this broadcast, it becomes its own standalone video and you can watch it whenever you want. I will tweet the link out again in around 10-15 minutes. We won't put it up as a podcast. I've not done that with any of the shirt reactions, but the podcasts will be back as soon as, hopefully, when we get official confirmation of Andros Townsend, because I will do a in the lowdown on of Andros. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Nathan, for coming on. Thank you, Neil, for coming on. Congratulations again, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yep. Again.
And we will see you next time. Either it's going to be a lowdown on or a big interview that we've got coming up. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.